Station, everyone. Happy freaking New Year. That's right, guys. It is the new year, and I am super pumped, super pumped. And of course, happy new comic book day. Happy Whiplash Wednesday with the PCP Army Bad Batch. On behalf of everybody at the PCP Army Bad Batch, I want to wish you guys a happy and joyful new year. Now, like I said, it's Whiplash Wednesday. All started over at Nick Comic Cultures. Look at Cadets Toys and Comics. Little look at what they have to offer on New Comic Book Day and what they have to offer for toys, collectibles, and everything else. I just want to congratulate Nick for his win on Best New Channel. Well freaking deserved, my man. Station. I'll get to the rest of what's happening on New Comic Book Day and Whiplash Wednesday after this, because it is Chatting with the Comic Community, first one of the year, and I've got a special guest. I got to know this person through the Spine Ticks chat. She's been everywhere since. She's been over on in the chats of Comics Kings. She's been on with JD, that's Raging Cajun, and she's been on Comic Talk Weekly, Roscoe's channel, and everywhere else. She's a big part of this community now, and let's just bring her out and talk to her a little bit about how she entered this community and what she nerds out about. Let's bring out Nichole.
Hey.
Station. How's your day going so far?
It's going pretty well. It was kind of a slow day. I went to the flea market and I didn't find anything. And everybody wanted $1 billion for the things they did have that I liked. I found this Smurf food TV tray, the tin ones that you used to eat off as a kid. And that guy wanted $20 for it. I was like, it was all rusty, and it's I don't know why you want $20 for that. And then he was like, I'm going to sell it on eBay if you don't buy it. And I was like, okay, well, you're not going to make much profit. Good luck, brother.
Not if it's rusty.
Yeah, it was pretty rusty, but I would still have bought it, just not for $20.
Yeah, probably neither would I. I'd probably give him maybe $250.
Well, I would have even paid $5, but he wasn't even willing to do 10. He wasn't willing to meet in the middle at all. So it's okay though. I'll find it somewhere else.
And a better one at that.
Yeah, probably.
Well, I just want to say thank you so much for joining me today on this is the first episode of the new year of Chatting with the Comic Community. So I'm super pumped to have you on here and chat a little bit about how you got into comic collecting and a little bit of what you nerd out about.
Well, thank you for having me. I'm really excited, a little nervous, but I'm here and I'm doing it,
Yeah, don't worry. I've seen you on so many other channels, and I know that you can do it. You got this. You got this. So the viewers that are watching that don't know a lot about you, tell them a little bit about yourself in a big screeny now.
Well, my name's Nichole. I'm from North Carolina. I lived in Germany for 9 years on base, so I don't speak any German. My dad was in the Air Force, so I was born in California. We moved to Germany for 9 years, and then I moved here, and I've been here ever since. I was kind of a little bit of an anime nerd growing up, but not a super huge one, because my mom was really Christian, and she kind of limited a lot of what I was allowed to watch or listen to. But I've kind of gotten more into it as an adult. I like video games and comics, obviously, and I collect action figures. I collect a bunch of just weird little knickknacks, stickers and patches, all kinds of stuff, really. It's kind of hard just to list off the top of my head.
That's all right. So let's jump right into it. How did you come across starting to get into the comic book collecting and reading?
Well, my husband Tyler, he's been really into them since he was a kid. When we got together, it wasn't really something we did at first as a couple, and it was just kind of something he had told me about. After having kids and stuff like that, we got back into collecting comics. and we used to go to this one store called the Coin Exchange, and we would like go after work, and this guy used to stay open really late. And one time we called him at like 10:30, and he was supposed to be closed, but he answered his phone, and he like let us come to the store and look around at like 11 o'clock at night. It was really awesome, but unfortunately he shut down. So now we do all our shopping at the Dragon's Lair and my other LCS, Angry Comics. But yeah, he introduced me into comics. We did drop off for a little while and then got back into it recently when we started noticing like all the indie books and stuff. So I'm more into indie books. He likes older comics. I mean, there's some indie books he likes too, but yeah, I don't know. So I guess Tyler, he got me into comic collecting.
So is there any like superhero books you're into? Is there any superheroes you're into, or is it just the indies?
So I mean, I like Spider-Man, but I haven't really read any Spider-Man books. I really like to read things from the very beginning. I don't really like to like jump in. And the only other most recent Spider-Man book I guess I'd be interested in really reading was the Miles Morales one. Yeah, I haven't really read too many superhero comic books. I bought A Miracle Molly, but I haven't read it yet. It was a cover buy. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Yeah, it was a pretty good cover. But I'm the same way. Like I've read a little bit of Spider-Man, but not that much. Like I'm more used to like the cartoons.
Yeah.
And like growing up with all of the cartoons and then all of the movies, and just never bothered with the comic books. And when I got back into comic collecting, I heard nothing but bad things except from Big Herm.
Mm-hmm.
That Spider-Man was not a good read.
Well, I wouldn't know. I haven't read it, but I would give it a shot.
Yeah,
I
I
like
heard the Ben Riley story is really good. I'm interested in going and reading that.
I'll have to check that out too. Maybe I can get my hands on it. I know. I think I'd be interested in maybe reading The Web of Spider-Man because I think that's I could be wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that's the Mutant Spider-Man, and that one's my favorite. I don't like nerdy Spider-Man who makes all his gadgets, but Mutant Spider-Man is pretty cool.
I've never heard of that one, but I'm interested in that one now too. I never even heard of that one.
But yeah, I think I know Tylox collects the Web of Spider-Man. Like I said, I'm pretty sure that's the one where he has mutant powers instead of using gadgets. But I'm not positive, so if I'm wrong, forgive me, please.
So, what was the first indie comic that you started reading?
I don't remember. I know. Well, I guess Dragon Ball could technically be considered my first indie comic. Um, it's basically like the manga is just in comic form. So that's pretty cool because we were collecting those for a really long time, and we have most of the run, except for like maybe a handful. But I'm not. I don't really remember what my very first one was. That kind of sucks. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's all right. I don't think I know either. Mine either just a few off the top of my head, but like those wouldn't even be considered my first. But Dragon Ball, did you read the manga first or did you watch the show first?
I watched the show first, and then I read a little bit of the manga. I haven't read all of them because there's a bunch. And I'm not gonna lie, if I'm gonna collect the physical mangas, I like to get the first printings of them, and it's been hard for me to get my hands on those. But I know another series that I was really excited to collect was the Kanto series. And then I absolutely love Ninjas and Robots and Girl Scouts by Jim Mafood. Those are all really awesome books.
Now, were you able to read Kanto?
I read a little bit of it within the trade. It was pretty good.
Yeah, I read.
I like the things he was inspired by, like Jim Henson, and it's all the magical things that I grew up watching and reading as a kid. He was inspired by, like Wizard of Oz and all that other stuff, all that good stuff, you know?
Yeah, I read the first volume. I know Bullseye Bob, if you're watching, she loves Kanto, man. Like he's gonna hit you up and he's like, I love Kanto. He sent me the first trade and I ended up reading that. I haven't read past that yet, but I'm gonna delve into that here soon.
Yeah, I haven't read past the first little bit of the trade either, but Tyler and my son actually, they were hogging the books and they read the whole thing. And they absolutely loved it too. So I just need to get back on my schedule reading, you know, catch up a little bit.
Yeah, it seems like such a chore sometimes when you like have a big list or like what to read and stuff, and then you start to read it and you're like, oh, okay, I'm getting through this actually pretty quick.
Yeah.
And you don't realize that when you look at it, you're like, oh, that seems like a lot, but it really isn't.
Oh, I read the first little bit of Bitterroot, and that was a really good one too. I like that one. It kind of reminds me of like, I know it's not exactly the same, but it reminded me a little bit of Jujutsu Kaisen. I don't know if you've ever seen that anime or heard of that anime, but that's a cool one too. There's a lot of action, fighting in it, but I don't want to give it away. I'm really bad at explaining things without giving away the whole plot.
Same. That's why you don't see me do much reviews because I'm just like, oh, I'm just going to tell the whole story.
Yeah, that's how I am too. I'm like, you don't ask me about a TV show or a book because I'm gonna end up ruining it for you on accident. I can't help it.
Yeah. So like you like the type of like fantasy type of stories and that, and
Yeah,
to
totally.
go back to like the anime part of it. Have you been watching like I've fallen in and out of watching anime. I haven't really watched the manga, but I've watched a lot of anime throughout the years. I've followed Johnny Young Bosch as a voice actor. He was the second Black Power Ranger.
Oh, okay.
He's the voice of Ichigo Kurosaki in Bleach, like the
Oh,
English version.
yeah.
Um, but I've started watching Seven Deadly Sins on Netflix. Have you
Oh,
been
I've
watching
seen
that?
that. Yeah, I've watched that. I didn't see the very end, but I watched everything else. That was a pretty good one. I don't like watching it in English because I think they sound kind of stupid. But I liked watching it. I liked watching it subbed. That was a really good show.
So is that like your preference? Is just to watch everything in subs or
Definitely, definitely. Even with like regular movies and stuff like that, I always have the subtitles on.
subtitles on always?
Mm-hmm.
So talking about another, and I've tried so many times, and I know you enjoy this anime so much because I've heard you talk about it on a few different channels, and you actually have the headdress for it as well, and that's Naruto, and I can't
Yeah.
bring myself. I've kept trying to go back and watch it throughout the years, and I've somebody told me I shouldn't be binging it. I should be watching it on just here and there, but
Mhm.
I,
So the first part of Naruto, right? It's just called Naruto. It is kind of slow and hard to get into. I'm not gonna lie, I slept through like the first little bit of it because my son was actually the one who wanted to watch it really bad. And I was like, well, I don't know what it is. You know, I try to be careful about what I let him watch. So I'm like, I don't know what it is. We'll watch the first couple episodes and we'll see, you know. I fell asleep. Of course, the first couple episodes were kind of boring, but it's basically just about who he is. You don't really find out like too much where he came from until later in the series. And then once you get to Naruto Shippuden, when he's been in school for a little while and done a little bit of training, it gets way better, way, way better. And I personally like that build up because when you first see him pull off something super crazy, you're just like, oh, damn, that's my boy. You know what I mean? Like, go Naruto, get it. I'm so proud of you. Like, it just really builds up the excitement for me. So, I don't know. And if it's not your thing, then you probably won't get too into it. But I think it's good, and it just takes a little bit to get into. It takes some patience. It's kind of
So
slow.
you said it takes all the way to get to like it gets good in Shippuden. But how many seasons is there before Shippuden?
I'm not sure off the top of my head. I just binged it, dude. I just kept watching it.
Because I think there's a lot. So it's like you have to watch 8 seasons of Naruto before you get to Shippuden, and then it gets good.
Well, you could probably skip about halfway through just regular Naruto, maybe towards the end a little bit. Once he starts the tuning exams, I think that's what they are. The tuning exams, where they have to like, it's an exam, but they test their skills, and then you get put into the actual school. You get your first like rank or whatever as a ninja, and it's like the lowest rank, but you have to earn it by passing the exams. And that's when things get really intense, because they like end up going in this forest, and that's when Orochimaru is introduced, and Orochimaru is the bad guy, and he's trying to kidnap Sasuke, and they are all like trying to help him out and get him back, and Sasuke goes all bonkers, and that's when it gets good. And then it goes into this like fight for like the next 5 episodes between the Hokage and Orochimaru, and I just was like zooming through those, dude. I was like, this fight is bad, like the good kind of bad.
The bad kind of good.
Yeah.
That's awesome. And just kind of like, is there any other animes that you just love through the years? I'm kind of interested.
I mean, I have like a couple that I really liked. I can read you like a small list if you want.
Not sure.
There's a couple good ones. I'm gonna be doing. Oh, it'll be over by the time this airs. So hold on. Just give me a second.
Go watch this on the rewind.
Yeah. So like I said, this will be over by the time this airs, but I'm gonna be doing a show with Eric tomorrow. Well, not tomorrow anymore, but and we're gonna be talking about
well, literally like on the 6th of December, pretty much like a month from now.
Whatever, catch it on the rewind, right?
Yeah.
But we're gonna be talking about Kill la Kill and Eden Zero. So those are pretty good animes. Kill la Kill, it's got some attractive girls in it, lots of action and sword fights. This girl, she uses like a big pair of scissors, and she only has one half of it as a sword, and she's trying to find out who has the other half, because whoever has the other half is the person who killed her dad. So she wants revenge, and that's basically what the story is about. I've also watched 86 is a really good anime. I'm not going to go too in depth about the storyline of that, because it's kind of a hard one to talk about without giving away everything, like I said. Sword Art Online was a really good one too. I kind of liked that one because it's like video games and anime at the same time. So like this kid gets everybody. There's a bunch of people who buy this headset that like brings you into this game. It's like a virtual reality game, and they get stuck in there, and they have to beat the game to be able to escape. And a lot of people die, because if you die in the game, then you die in real life. And not only that, but it was kind of like a little love story too. So it's got a little bit of everything in it, and I liked that one a lot.
Yeah, but the game wasn't like, there was somebody, the game creator changed it, because it wasn't supposed to happen that if you died in the game, you died in real life. He added that. Nobody knew that before they added it on there, and then they couldn't escape until they beat the game.
Yeah, it was.
And really like, could you imagine like how scared you would be? Like, you'd be like,
I was so scared, because I mean, even though I love video games, I'm not entirely the best at them. So I would probably just stay in the little newbie section forever until I got really high level. And
not only that, like, you're in a virtual reality, so you're, by the looks of it, because most of them were just laying in bed, and that you're literally moving your arms and stuff, so you have to be that kind of physical, you'd think, but I guess you had upgrades in the game.
Well, I guess
But
it's like a brain thing. Maybe I don't know. Because you're right. With virtual reality, you do kind of have to move around. These people were literally immobilized. I was thinking the whole time, like, how are they staying alive in their houses? Like, there's no way the family like didn't just go check on them while they're in their room. Like, dang
well,
son, you've been on your
well
video game for a long
I'm pretty
time.
sure people were removing the helmets from them, and then they were dying from it.
Oh yeah, that maybe that too. Can you imagine though, like living alone and putting on that headset and just being stuck there and like, yeah, I don't know. It's kind of scary to
I
think
don't
about.
even know how they survived like without water or
That's what I'm
eating,
saying. Like,
and like
it's
and they never really delved into like how did they go to the bathroom and
yeah,
like
that's what I was thinking about too. The entire time I watched it, I was like, this doesn't really make any sense, but I still like it. Still a good story. Um, let's see. I've also watched Darling in the Bronx. I like that one a lot.
never heard of
Um,
that.
it's like another love story, but there's a lot of robots. And like these girls are the ones that you have to have like a pair. You have to have two people that work really good together or like have a connection together, and that's how they control the robot. Um, but I like that one too. I don't want to give away too much. Peach Boy Riverside was another good one. I really liked Fina and the Pirate Princess. These ones are kind of newer. They're not that old. And then That Time I Got Reincarnated as a Slime was really good. 2-Year Eternity was really sad. I liked that one a lot though. I think it's I think it touches on like dealing with grief over the loss of a loved one really well. And at the same time, it's a touching story. Um, I mean, I watched Doctor Stone, Jujutsu Kaisen, Joran, the Princess of Snow and Blood was pretty good. There's a bunch. There's a bunch that I've watched. I could probably keep going for a little bit, but I don't want to just sit here and list animes the whole time.
So like you said, like Dragon Ball got you into reading manga. Like, does any of these shows get you into like reading the mangas, or have you just started picking up random mangas and looked for the TV shows?
I've mainly been watching the TV shows because it's kind of hard for me to find time to read. Only just because my kids are really young and they want my attention a lot. So by the time my oldest gets home from school, I've already been with my daughter most of the day, and she wants to play, and she doesn't really take naps anymore. So really, the only time I get to have quiet time to like read or do anything else is at night, and I don't often choose to read as my relaxation time. Probably like I should. I do other things like sometimes watch a TV show. It's just easier to sit down and turn on the TV kind of thing. Or I'll crochet. Or I'll just lay down and pass out. Honestly, that happens more than anything.
So speaking of TV shows, is there anything that you're enjoying right now, or?
Oh, right now I'm watching The Wheel of Time, and I love that TV show right now. I haven't watched the most recent episode that came out, but the first 4 that I've watched have had me hooked. And there's books too, so
Yeah.
I'm interested in going and getting the books, but there's a lot.
It's funny you mentioned The Wheel of Time, and that again, Bullseye Bob. He actually read the books and was looking forward to the show. So, but you have not read the books at all?
No.
I've never. Yeah.
So my husband and his friend have read the books, and they've been just kind of like, I'm not gonna lie, they've been kind of ruining the TV show for me a little bit because they read all the books. So every time we watch a new episode, they're always just like talking about it, and then they're like talking about the next episode before it's even out, and they're like, this is wrong and this is wrong. I'm like, guys, like I want to enjoy this show. Can you not? Can you just shut up?
So what's his opinion on, like, since he's actually read the books, is it straying from the actual like storyline, or are they doing something different?
There are parts of it that have strayed from the actual storyline, but I think he's just more so looking forward to finding out who the I think isn't the dragon, right? Is that what it is? I think that's the main character, or whoever he's supposed to be. They're trying to figure out who that is, and they really want it to be this guy named Rand because that's who it was in the books, Randall. But they're thinking it might be like a chick or somebody else, and so they're like giving it a chance. But my husband's pretty skeptical about it. He like wants it to stay true to the books really bad.
Yeah, I think a lot of people are more into that. It's different from having like a comic book adaptation to an actual book because there's a lot more information in a book and a huge following of this one book. So I know there's a lot of people that love the Wheel of Time, but Jeff Bezos said he was going to try to make it kind of like a Game of Thrones type-esque show.
I kind of like the Game of Thrones, but I hope he doesn't try to do it exactly the same as Game of Thrones because I feel like it is good as its own thing, you know, and there's not enough things that are their own thing. You know, it's constantly a lot of the time just people trying to make something like something else. So I think it would be nice if he kept it true to the books and didn't try to make it like something that it's not. Unless he's just kind of going for that feeling. And if he's going for that feeling, I think that maybe he's done that pretty well.
So is there any other shows? Like, let's straight towards like the Marvel shows. Have you been watching those at all?
Not recently, no. I don't think so.
So no WandaVision at all?
I watched like the first 3 episodes of WandaVision and then I stopped.
You stopped like right before it gets good.
Yeah.
Come on, like you go through all of those seasons of Naruto and then like, come on, 3 episodes. That's it.
Well, I didn't think it was bad. I enjoyed the 3 episodes I watched. I just, life gets busy and I don't know. I have to be in the mood to watch like superhero stuff.
I get that. So you haven't watched any of the CW shows either?
Well, I watched I'm not sure if it was CW, but is The Flash? Yeah. Was that by CW? Yeah, I watched The Flash. I watched a little bit of Green Arrow. There's been a couple more seasons of The Flash that have been out that I haven't watched. I watched all the way up until his daughter came from the future and then went home. And then I kind of dropped off. I didn't really like the Green Arrow that much. Thought it was okay. I just don't like that actor. He's all right. What else have I watched?
I think you're the first girl ever to be like, yeah, I didn't like him.
No, I really don't. I don't like him. Like, I don't know. I haven't really seen him in anything else that I can think of. But I did not like him as the Green Arrow. He was just, I don't know. Maybe just his attitude all the time. Maybe that's how the Green Arrow is. I'm not sure. I can't think of any other TV shows that I've watched. I could just be drawing a blank.
Yeah. So like, yeah, are you more into like watching, like since you have like younger kids and stuff, you're probably more into watching the cartoons as TV shows and stuff, most likely.
They do watch a lot of cartoons. Thaddeus watched the Ninja Turtles. We have like, I can't remember which disc it is, but we have a disc of like the old school Ninja Turtles, and we watched a couple episodes of that. But he's also watched those superhero movies on HBO Max. Not all of them, because I know some of them are rated R. He watched the one about Batman. He watched The Death of Superman, and he watched the Teen Titans. And I watched the Teen Titans with him, and that one was pretty good. It was interesting.
Like the original cartoon Teen Titans before Teen Titans Go, or was it?
No, it's like it's kind of like a movie. It's like a cartoon movie, sort of. It's on HBO Max. I'm really bad at remembering names, and because I didn't see what it was called, he just kind of turned it on and we watched it together, sort of thing.
Oh,
Um,
maybe. I think I know which one you're talking about.
yeah, they're pretty long. They're like over a little bit over an hour and a half, and it's all animated. Um, and then it's
There was like a Teen Titans versus the Justice League.
yeah, I think they did do that. I think they did do that because the Justice League was definitely in it, and they got turned all like evil from something, and then the Teen Titans had to help them. It was good though. I enjoyed it.
I love the DC. Like, yeah, there is a lot of ones that are definitely not for kids. I'd
Hmm.
recommend not for your little ones to watch, but a lot of the DC movies, especially the animated ones, are really good.
Yeah,
And not a lot of people give them the chance, but they are really good.
I agree. What about you? Have you watched any good movies recently?
Good movies. I recently watched the original Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie.
The movie?
The movie.
We watched those too, actually, now that you bring that up. I love the costumes.
I know, and it just feels so real to me. I don't know why. It even though it doesn't look real at all and stuff, like they have the statues for the actual ones. I'm like, oh man, like I'd want that. Like that's the Ninja Turtles for me. I don't even know why. Like they had the look of them perfectly in line with the cartoon.
Hmm.
I think.
I agree. Definitely. They do a good job. Like you said, even though they do look kind of fake, they do feel like really real. And maybe that's just because that's what we grew up with. That's what we're like used to seeing. And so it feels nostalgic. It feels, you know, memorable and just like you said, real. So
You can always remember that poster of just them at like by the like looking up through the
yeah.
manhole and it's just like those are the Ninja Turtles. Those are the real guys right there.
Hmm.
So like, did you watch the newer movie?
No, I haven't seen the newer movie. Um,
The guy who played the Green Arrow is also in that. He plays Casey
really?
Jones.
As Casey Jones?
Yeah.
Ew. Why? That's not Casey Jones. Come on. Did they
Yeah.
give him like long hair?
No.
What? They kept him the same?
Yeah, and he's a cop,
That's lame.
but he has that New York accent.
Really? That's all he got? That's
So
lame.
that's all
They
he's
should have
got.
picked.
They did give him the mask though.
Well, of course they gave him the mask, but they didn't give him the hair. He doesn't even look like Casey Jones.
It's who they went with. I
They
guess
should.
that's why they didn't go with another movie. I think it was in the second uh, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie.
That would that would be a big complaint for me. I don't think I'll watch it now.
So you've been keeping up with the cartoons at all? Like, has your kids been keeping up with them as well?
Um, I know my son does, but I haven't really been keeping up with them.
Any cartoons that you're keeping up with that may not be for kids, maybe for adult viewers?
Um, like no, not right now. Like I said, I just recently I haven't been watching a lot of TV. Things have been kind of busy over the holidays, and I have a couple birthdays coming up between my kids and stuff like that. So we've been kind of busy a lot recently, and I haven't been watching a lot of TV. Um, I have played a little bit of video games for a little bit. I got the new Call of Duty Vanguard. I've been playing that, and I've actually started playing Dark Souls for the first time. Tyler's helping me out with that. it's it's pretty hard. Like I wouldn't say it's like super hard or maybe as hard as everybody makes it out to be, but then again, I'm still only in the beginning, so it could get harder.
So, like, were you playing video games for years, or did you just get into playing video games since Call of Duty?
So I used to play the old Call of Duty, the one with the transit map on it, like the little blue bus, and I think that was I could be ignorant, but I think that was the first one with zombies. And I used to play zombies all the time. And it was just something I did occasionally. Other than that, like I would play things like Spyro and Bandicoot on repeat. Like I've played Spyro more times than I can count. It's always fun to go back to. But when me and Tyler got together and we moved in with each other, we didn't really play them that often. It's kind of like something that we do during the wintertime when we're inside of the house, because during the summertime we like to go like thrifting, comic book digging, hiking, and we like to do stuff like that during the summer when it's nice outside. So so it's like a yes and a no. I have played for a long time, but at the same time I haven't. It's been more recently that I've expanded my variety of games and the things I like to play. Like over the last 2 years, I've learned that I like fighting games a lot. I suck at them, but they're challenging and they're fun, and I like to be competitive. So I like fighting games. Um, yeah.
I remember what Spyro game was your favorite? I remember the Thousand Year Dragon. I think is like where the dragons turned to stone. You had to
Yeah,
like.
I liked that one a lot, and Ripto's Rage.
I never played that one.
Ripto's Rage I played all the time. I don't know why that one, but it just was like, so I lost my my little save card that you stick in there.
The memory cards.
Yeah, the memory card. I don't know why I forgot what that was called, but I lost my memory card, and for the longest time I would just like leave my PlayStation 1 like running, and then it would like cut out and I'd lose all my progress because I couldn't save. And then I'd wait like 2 months and start over again. I'm like, sucks. And when we moved here, it was really hard to find a memory card, because they weren't making that stuff anymore. So it took me a long time to find one. I have one now, but I haven't tried playing it since then. It's been a couple years.
I think now you can get the collected editions of like Spyro and Crash Bandicoot and stuff, and be able to play all three games.
I would love that. I haven't looked into it, so I didn't know that was even a thing, but that would be really cool to have.
I don't know if it is for Spyro, but I remember one for Crash Bandicoot. It had like the first three Crash Bandicoots on one disc.
I got that new Crash Bandicoot. Well, it's not like new, but the most recent one to come out. That one was so hard. I was like, dang. I mean, they did a good job making it, but it was really hard. It was fun though.
Well, actually, if you think about it and go back to play, like, and remember playing the Crash Bandicoot game, it was actually somewhat tough compared to some games and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Like there was some challenging things that you had to do
Oh yeah.
in Crash Bandicoot, and it was crazy.
This new one definitely stayed true to that. Honestly, I feel like they made it a little bit harder. Those time trials were nearly impossible to get perfect. I was like, how do they expect me to get through this so fast?
I could never get through the time trials like in the past, like perfectly at all. Like I'd be going through it and I'd be like, how the hell are you supposed to get through this?
Yeah, I know.
Like,
I mean, it didn't stop me from trying, but they were pretty difficult.
yeah, your mom would come in and she'd be like, okay, it's been like 5 hours, like stop. Like,
You're
so
like,
no,
no.
it hasn't. It's only been 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Whole day just gone.
Good times.
Good times. And then I remember playing the Thousand Year Dragon and Final Fantasy VII when it first came out. Like I'd get so far in Final Fantasy VII, I'd get tired of that, and I'd be like, okay, I need to take a break from that because that was 3 discs long. Yeah. And go play some Spyro, just run around and bump into things. Like,
so I actually haven't played any of the older Final Fantasy games. I know Tyler showed me that a lot of them are turn-based, and I'm not like a super huge fan of turn-based games. I think they're kind of boring. That's just my opinion, though.
Yeah, the older ones are like, I know with the newer ones, like you can actually just attack right away and like move around and stuff.
Mhm.
Especially with the remake of Final Fantasy VII, you can do the same thing.
Yeah, I played a little bit of the remake, and the remake I liked a lot. But I have not played any of the older ones, and I don't know that I'd be interested in playing them either. I mean, they look cool, and I like all the characters, you know. And I played Kingdom Hearts. I know that has Final Fantasy people in it.
I
Um,
love Kingdom of Hearts. I
that was
play,
a good game.
yeah. You play them all?
I played, yeah, I mean, I guess. I played them all. I played the newest one. I didn't like the one, I think it was number 3, that made you play with the cards. You know what
Oh,
I'm
that was Rechained Memories.
Yeah, I did not like that one.
Yeah, neither did I. No,
The,
like I hated
I
that
think
one.
the first one is my favorite.
I really enjoyed the second one the most. Like where you were um I forget his name, but like you're playing as that character and then come to
Oh,
find
you're
out that you're
talking about man, I can't remember his name either, but I know who you're talking about. And he's got like the yellow hair.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I loved playing with him and stuff and it was just different. And then I don't know that whole new kind of way of fighting in that game was different as well.
That
And
one
the
was good too. Was his name Roxas? Was that his name?
Roxas, yes,
Okay.
that's
I
it.
was like, I think I might be wrong, but no, I was pretty sure it was Roxas.
Yeah, I love Kingdom of Hearts, man. Like Sora and all them. It's just
Dude, Donald was going to catch these hands. He never healed me when I needed him to, but he always has time to heal Goofy. Dude.
yeah, like really, this is like heal me, bitch. Like, come on.
Yeah, he used to give me some problems. I'd like let Donald die on purpose. Like, screw you, Donald.
Yeah, I loved being able to play, like being a Final Fantasy fan, and then growing up with Disney and stuff, being able to play these characters and stuff. You're going through different worlds, and I must say, like in the third game, when you enter into Pirates of the Caribbean's world, man, the graphics are freaking insane.
Yeah.
Like that was just craziness. I'm like looking at Sora, I'm looking at Donald and Goofy. I'm like, holy crap! Like,
Yeah, that one was really good. I didn't like the Lion King level or the Little Mermaid level. I was like, these suck. But all the other ones were pretty good. I think there was like a Toy Story one in the most recent one to come out, and that one was a cool level. I was expecting more of the Rapunzel one, but I really didn't like the newer one as much. I felt like it was too easy compared to the first one, and there's like a bunch of secrets you got to figure out, and you don't really get too many hints, but everything was just kind of right in the open in this third one. I didn't like that.
yeah, I agree. Except for the ending. The ending boss was kind of a little difficult for me.
In the third one,
Yeah.
I didn't even finish it.
Oh.
I was like,
Yeah, get to the end. He's pretty rough. Like you go through the whole game and you're just like lolly lolly la, and then you get to this and you're like, ah, what the hell is like coming at me? Like, but the graphics in it were probably the best in that game. But like I said, the gameplay I'd have to give it to the second one.
Yeah, I guess I would agree with you. The gameplay in the second one was really, really good. You know what else I didn't like about the third one though? I didn't like how you had to like walk around and take selfies with the Mickey Mouse
Oh yeah.
shapes in the background. I was like, that is so lame. Like,
Yeah.
why are you trying to relate to today's world so much through this video game? Like, stop with the selfies.
I know. I was just like, I have to go back to complete this level now. I have to take so many selfies in that one level. Like, damn it.
I know. I hated that part. Like, imagine just running through the whole level. That's the only thing you have left to do is find those, and you just run through the level taking selfies.
Yeah, that happened. That's a real thing that happened to me. I had to do that.
That
like it sucks. I didn't finish it. That's why that's why it does not have a complete for me because I did not take all the selfies.
Yeah, that was the lamest part. that did it for me. I was like, I'm not even finishing this game. I'm turning it off.
Yeah. But anybody watching like that has not played Kingdom Hearts, I urge you guys to go back. I think they have the collected. Like you can get all three discs
Well,
in
I think
one
they
thing
should.
now.
I mean, they should anyways. It's Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah, because like they even have like because they have the one, like you guys can skip Rechain of Memories, but they do have the 1.5, 2, 2.5, and then 3, 3.5, and then they have Rechain of Memories. But that's not really in the continuity. But all those other games, like in reality, they do have like 6 games out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's a bunch. I know there's like one on Game Boy too, I think. Pretty sure.
I've never played that one.
I think I borrowed it and never got to finish it because whoever I borrowed it from wanted it back. But the story was just really hard to follow anyways, though. I feel like no matter what order you played it in. My son always is like trying to come up with theories about what the story is and the missing pieces he's trying to like put together. And he's like, I think that I have to read the manga to understand the whole story. And I was like, you probably do. That would make
Well,
sense.
spoiler alerts to everybody out there, but Sora dies.
What? Like, for real, for real? Forever? He dies forever?
It's a very sad ending
In the game?
in the game.
Oh.
Like you can go on YouTube and like type in like you could probably watch the whole story fold out too, from start to beginning. But like, in the video game after you beat it, like you can watch the whole story.
Oh, that's cool.
So somebody probably uploaded it to YouTube, possibly. I should do that. But yeah, no, it's like if you watch it all the way through without like because they always have those cut scenes of the videos, right?
Mm-hmm.
And at the end you can watch them all like in order and stuff. And it's just it's a beautiful story. Makes you cry at the end though. It really does.
I'm gonna have to check out that story video.
Yeah. But I love the gameplay in that. Is there any other games that you enjoyed playing?
I really enjoy playing Mortal Kombat 11. That's probably my favorite game. I played a lot. I played the story, but I played a lot of online too. Mostly online. I like to be, like I said earlier, I'm a really competitive person. So I can get pretty into it.
So I've never played the online aspects of I remember playing Mortal Kombat like when it was for systems like PlayStation. No, like further even back. Haven't played a fighting game in years. But you guys can play online now, so you go up against people from all over the world.
Yeah, and they're not very nice. The Mortal Kombat
It is a fighting game.
No, but I'm just saying the Mortal Kombat community is probably one of the most toxic communities I have ever experienced. Seriously. I was blown away. But at the same time, you get into it. You're like, oh yeah, you're gonna talk bad to me. I'm gonna talk bad to you. I'm gonna whoop your butt, man.
You come in, they're like coming at you with like hard like insults and that. It's like I'm coming in here. I'm gonna whoop your butt, man. Like
I was just trying not to cuss on your stream. Okay? It sounds not scary at all, but see me in the nether realm, fools. Okay, you can catch these hands.
You know what? Yeah. Like, so moving on from video games and that, like, how did you enter this community? Like, I remember seeing you in Spine Ticks and seeing you in there, and then you expanded throughout, and then all of a sudden, next thing you're on Raging Cajun's stream. And then you're hosting Raging Cajun's stream.
I know, wasn't that awesome? It was so nice of JD to let me do that.
But, and that was all because I had to work and I had to skip out on the Sunday. So
well, you missed out, Travis. But so it did start with Tyler. Like when we started collecting comic books again, he started going on YouTube and like researching books, and he found a lot of the bigger channels first. I'm not quite sure how he found Spine Ticks, But there was one night, because I like I said, I fall asleep pretty early a lot of the time. Um, so there was one night that I just happened to be up late. It was a Saturday, and I watched Spine Ticks with him, and I thought it was really funny. And I caught the end, where they're not talking about all the books. So I was paying attention, and that's where it all started. And then I noticed like people, there was a live chat. I was like, oh, that looks fun, and just started saying hey to people in the live chat, and whoever talked to me back, I would talk to you back. I remember seeing you say station, like the one of the times I was in there in the chat, and I was like, what does this mean, Tyler? I don't know what it means. I'm just gonna say it back. So I said it back. But yeah, it all started from there. I'm not really sure whose channel we found after that, but since then on, I've just been talking to everybody and making friends, and it's been pretty cool.
That's what this community is all about. Doesn't matter if like you're in, we'll get you into comic books, but we're into mostly talking about anything nerdy. Like
Yeah.
I know I enjoy some anime. I haven't read manga, but I know Cryo Prime, Cody. He does a lot of manga reading and stuff. Love my movies. Love my cartoons. Love my cartoons.
See,
But
I like movies, but I'm not a huge movie buff. I'm horrible at remembering actor and actresses' names. I just like I said, I have not seen a bunch of movies that a lot of people, have. Tyler and other people we talk to are always talking about movies and bringing up movies. I'm like, I've never seen that, and I've never seen this, and I don't know what you're talking about. Because I played outside a lot growing up. I spent majority of my time outside. So a lot of the older stuff I just didn't see. And then when I got, to my teenage years, I was still more about just going out and hanging out with friends and doing stuff. We didn't really watch movies. Um, I mean, I had one friend that kind of liked movies, but she liked out there movies. Like, um, I don't know. She introduced me to Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas, and that was a really good movie. I liked it a lot. But some of the other stuff she made me watch, I was like, what the hell is this? like, why are you making me watch this? It's all about like people doing drugs, and like it's really sad. They're like dying. I don't understand why you're watching this.
yeah, no, I agree. Like I've been recently just getting into most movies that a lot of people have been like loving throughout the years. Like last year around this time, actually right around this time, I just started watching Aliens and fell in love with watching the all of the Alien movies, and that me and Eric Durant's gotten a big conversation about that. But I'm still delving into movies that I've never seen that people are recommending me to watch. So we're in the same boat as movies wise. I'm more into like the cartoons.
Yeah, I mean, I liked cartoons growing up. There was a couple that I watched, like I know Goosebumps is not a cartoon, but I used to watch Goosebumps. I used to watch The Brady Bunch, and I used to watch Courage the Cowardly Dog, Wacky Races, and of course Looney Tunes. But those for me really only came on Saturdays at 3 o'clock. And so I had to choose between playing outside or watching cartoons because 3 o'clock, all the kids got out of school. You know what I mean? I was homeschooled, so I had to wait for everybody to get out of public school to go play. Um, yeah, so sometimes I would get to watch those. And then on Friday nights, like 12, like at midnight, cartoons would come on TV, and my Friday night was the only time my mom let me and my sister like stay up late to watch TV. So that was like a special treat, and it was kind of like a little tradition that we did for a really long time until we got older.
So did you grow up watching like I know there is a couple of Teletoon. I say Teletoon. I'm not sure if you guys had Teletoon. Um, but there's like shows that played like it was called Undergrads and Oblongs
Oh, I
and
remember.
Quads.
I think our channel that played stuff like that was called it's called Adult Swim.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
remember the Oblongs. I forgot about that show until you just said that. That was a weird show.
It was
About
a weird cartoon.
yeah.
And it came out at the same time. And not a lot of people know this, but like I remember whenever I was watching those type of shows at that time, I was also watching Family Guy. And then Family Guy only lasted 2 seasons and then went off the air for a while and then came back. And when
I
they
didn't
came
know that.
back, I was just like watching it with a girl I was seeing at the time, and she's just like, I was like, oh man, they brought this back. I didn't know that they brought it back. It's like, this is the very first episode. It's like, no, it's not. Like, it came out a while ago, and that's before Mila Kunis was voicing Meg.
Oh, I didn't realize they took it off for a while.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
Some stoner got it back on the air. So
I like Family Guy. I haven't watched any of the new stuff. I've been like, every time Tyler's like, "What should we watch?" I'm like, "You want to watch Family Guy?" And he's like, "No." I'm like, "Damn, you suck." But I like watching Family Guy, and Futurama was my favorite though. Like, I like Futurama probably better than I like The Simpsons and Family Guy, but I love them all.
now there was a show that came out. What was it called? Enchanted.
I haven't watched it, but I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, that was interesting. It's done by like it's kind of funny because like you have that whole it gives you the whole feel of like the Flintstones Jetson type feel because the Simpsons went to the future with Futurama and now they're going back to the past with this show.
Yeah, that sounds interesting. Maybe I'll give that show a shot.
Yeah, it's out there as well. It gives you kind of that whole Futurama type feel.
Is it so I know they're all like kind of vulgar, you know what I mean, with their humor and stuff like that. But you know how like some of it's just kind of mean humor, like Futurama is kind of mean humor, you know what I mean? There is a little bit of vulgar humor in it, but would you say that this one is more vulgar or more just kind of mean, if that makes any sense?
There is a lot of mean aspects to it.
Okay.
Like I don't know, Buddy's head gets chopped off, and I don't know.
Well, that's normal. That happens a lot in other ones too.
I just like how the king is the guy who voices Bender, John DiMaggio.
Oh, he is? I didn't know that. I love Bender.
So you get the whole crudeness of him as well in the show. Then fairies do exist and all that, so it's interesting to say the least.
Sorry. My kids are like, they're coming downstairs and they're like, "Mom, what are you doing?"
That's all right. We're going to wrap things up here anyway because it's reaching that hour. I just want to say thank you so much for joining me today on this new comic book day and Whiplash Wednesday.
Thank you for having me. It was really fun and nice talking to you. I probably could have kept talking. I was all nervous at first, but I don't know. I guess I'm ready to talk now. Dang, you're ending the show.
Well, who knows? We could talk for another 20 minutes after I do my final segment here. Guys, Whiplash Wednesday is continuing. Nick Comic Culture dropping his second video of the day because he's overcompensating for something. I don't know what for because he just won the new Best New Channel Award, so I don't know why he's overcompensating. But go check out his haul video. After that is Big Herm Collectibles with his haul video. Who's he joined with this week? Tune in and find out. Then Brandon, Comics Kings, and Stefan, that's missing link. We're going to chop it up about Crisis on Infinite Rants. What are they ranting about this week? Tune in and find out. And then ending the night in fashion, as always, is my man, Manny, chopping it up about what are you reading? What are you watching? What are you geeking out about? Or is it what are you making with some creators joined by me? Tune in and find out because over on Tomorrow Cinema, it is always a fantastic time building the community as always. So, Nichole. What have you been reading that you have been loving so far in this time? Like, it doesn't have to be recently. It could be just last time you picked up a book, whether it be your manga or comics.
I read I'm sorry, my daughter is distracting me. She's like asking for pie over and over again. I'm getting ready to lose it. So I really liked Echo Lands, and I need to catch up on that because I missed a couple weeks of the books and of the most recent ones that came out. And but I really, really, really loved the art style. Um, I can't wait to see where it goes, honestly. And then I don't think Bitterroot is still ongoing, but I'm reading it. So um, I like that one a lot. That one was really good. Of course, Ninjas and Robots is really good. Eric Klaus is getting ready to drop a new book in January called Orange Blossom Monkey Clan, and I'm excited for that. I'm gonna read the new Girl Scouts series. I just got the first book um, recently. Free Energy sent it to me, and I can't wait to show everybody that. It'll already be shown by the time this airs, but like I'm pretty happy about it. That made my whole week, like probably my whole month. Um, and so stuff like that. They're not like super duper popular, I would say, but they are good reads. And that's what I've been enjoying. So I think everybody should check those out.
I think you'd really enjoy it. Like I know I talk about it a lot, but The Wicked and the Divine, Middle West is good. I think you'd really like East of West and Paper Girls, and trying to think of what else you possibly would like. Of course, Keep Up with Kanto. Kanto was fantastic, but I think
Oh,
those ones you'd like. East of West was really good.
another good one is Orphan and the Five Beasts. That one was a really good read. It's taken a while between each issue, for them to come out, but the art is insane and the story is good. So definitely check that one out too. You might like that one. I don't know if have you read it.
No, I have not.
It's
What's
really
it
good.
about?
It's about this. It's about this like martial artist master who we'll just call him a kung fu master. I'm not trying to sound ignorant, but this kung fu master has some stuff going on, and he teaches these 5 disciples each a style of martial arts, right? And because he knows all 5, and so he teaches them each a different style, and then they end up going bad, and you know um, they end up going bad, and so to stop them, he takes on a new disciple and he teaches her all 5 styles at once. And it's about her and how she goes to basically stop the old disciples. And she has to like fight all these cool monsters and stuff on the way. It's really, really good. I enjoyed reading that.
And who's it by? Like what publisher?
Ooh, I think the publisher, I don't want to be wrong, and I can't remember off the top of my head. I want to say IDW or Image, but I'm not sure.
No, I can just look up the title later and that figure it out. Sounds interesting though. I probably will try to check that out. Try to check my local library, see if it's there.
You should. It's really good. I like it. I think that you'd like it too.
What kind of pie does she want?
I made strawberry pie for Thanksgiving,
Oh, that's good.
and she wants strawberry pie.
Well, I think we'll wrap things up right here so you can go give your daughter some pie.
So sorry.
No, it's all right. We're at that top of the hour anyway. Guys, make sure to go follow her on Instagram. The link is down below. Make sure to hit that like button. Subscribe if you're new to the channel. And make sure to hit that notification bell because you don't want to miss a single video. Thank you again, Nichole, for joining me. I had an awesome conversation with you and learned a lot about you.
No, thanks for having me. I really enjoyed our conversation. Like I said, I was nervous at first, but I got totally comfortable midway through. So, again, thanks for having me, and it was a lot of fun. I really appreciate you inviting me to do this.
I appreciate you for coming on. I know you're a little nervous. I know before we even talked and like you're nervous about coming on. You're like, oh, but I was just like, oh, don't worry, you'll be fine and stuff. I've seen you on other streams and that. And it
yeah,
is.
I was like, I need a list of what you're going to talk to me about. So yeah, I would have been able to like name the publishers and stuff like that of those books, but whatever. It's all good.
But thank you again, guys. This is Whiplash Wednesday. Make sure to check out every other video that's coming up. And as always, my friends, stay nerdy and station.